Right, well, here we are with both of the watches. So this is a Fossil Sport, and this over here is obviously the Google Pixel watch. And I mean, on the face of it, they both kind of work the same way. No notifications there. If I open this one, there are some notifications. Something from The Guardian, something from Uniqlo. It's all very exciting. I can pull this over for a card and all of that. See all my steps and my heart rate and everything else, etc., etc. So that's all very exciting. So that sort of vaguely works in much the same sort of way. I think I prefer this, but there we go. What else can I show you? I can show you that if I press on the button, then you get the fancy old things on here, and if I press on the button, then you get the fancy things here. It's quite a different sort of look and feel to it. Oh, flight radar. Yes, I'd forgotten I've got that. That's exciting, isn't it? Yeah, so that's all, okay, I guess. This is definitely a very more fluid experience, as you can see. If I want the Google Assistant, let's try that on. Oh my goodness, it recognized. Now there's a thing. Didn't realize that was still on. Let's try this. I'm going to hold this down. And there we are. What's the weather like today? So yeah, it's like slow as anything. Just takes a long time. Whereas on here, I go over here. What's the weather like today?
Currently in Baden it's 18 degrees and partly cloudy. Tonight, the forecast is for a high of 18 and a low of 14 and partly cloudy.
Very nice. So that's quite pleasant, isn't it? So it's a much better experience than this sort of rather clunky experience on this old watch. Oh look, there we are. I don't know what I pressed there. Yes, so that's much better. If I was to do the double click on there, that should open my bank card, which it does. If I do a double click on here, then that should open the bank card, which it doesn't. How do I do that? Is it this? Yes, it is. Anyway, it's there somewhere. There you go. So, yes, I'm not entirely convinced about either of those. Let's just remind myself how I did that. That was just a double tap of the crown, wasn't it? Yes. There we go. Yeah, and you can add more cards if you want to, and all of that, but much, much faster than this, which was a double click on this, wasn't it? Eventually it loads. I tried this morning at the coffee shop, didn't work. So there we are, although I've just realised why it didn't work, because that's an old card. That's why it didn't work. So yeah, I've got, as you can see, some of the notifications are appearing on this thing now, so that's all okay. Yes, and obviously from a point of view of these are very different. There's many more things on here for some reason. See, this has a sort of parallax effect at the top. Yeah, whereas this view did it. Strange. Don't really understand what's going on there. And I've not loaded any particular apps on here. What I should load. Well, let's load the Fitbit app and let's see if I can. Not the Fitbit app, the Flight Radar app, and let's see if I can get that up and running. So that should work. If I do. Flight Radar 24. be searching, shouldn't it? But it isn't. Flight Radar 24, there we go. And we'll install that. So I mean, it's okay. It does the trick. I'm not quite sure what more you'd want from a watch, to be honest, and I'm interested to see how different it is in terms of this old one, which I think looks a bit nicer. This is an annoying thing. If you leave it, it goes back to this something that blurs the background and then shows you what the time is, and I don't understand why it does that. It's a little bit annoying, but anyway, right. Let's open Flight Radar. Let's open Flight Radar on here as well. I don't think I've even ever done it. How do I do that? There we go. Where was Flight Radar on here? It's in here somewhere. There we go. Right. Yes, it's fine. Yes, it's fine. So, so I mean, it's all right, isn't it? Isn't it weird that it's showing slightly different data on each? VA352 is less high on this watch than it is on this. Open that again. Yeah. Let's open that again. How do I do that? It's in here, isn't it now? Yeah. So it's quite a lot faster than this, as you would kind of expect. But there's not an awful lot of difference in there in terms of that. This I don't think has a compass in it, which is why it's bouncing around like this, whereas this one does have a compass in it. So I think it's a little bit better from that point of view. Yes. But as you can see, it's probably not an awful lot in it. It's not an awful lot of stuff which has been pre-installed, which is actually quite nice. It does have YouTube Music on there. Do I have YouTube Music on this one? I don't think I would I? Let's see. Oh, I do. Maybe it's remembered that.